Yeah, we've been doing poolside interviews. I've got some good. Hello there, Underwater Hockey World, and welcome back to the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. We're here on day 2, Saturday, the 15th of July, 2017. Joining me on the couch again, I've got Stuart Parkinson.
Well, hello there, Nick. It's lovely to be here on day 2. Thank you very much for having me.
I must say, it's a lot easier on the couch without the squid hat on this morning. That was definitely impeding my vision last night.
Well, I'm personally missing the squid, and I think that if people out there want the squid back, they should definitely comment that that the squid should return. And I think you should just have to deal with those little legs and arms just sort of dangling around your face. That's fine.
It just kind of feels like playing Colombia in a underwater hockey game. There's just arms everywhere, just stuff going on. You can never get out. So, no, look, I've gone with the hat from Darren this morning, one of the young Indonesian players who came and played with us at the Nationals this year. So I thought I'd just plug a little bit of his. I think he was selling these at the last tournament. So, no, it's good. And then also back on the lovely brown vinyl players couch today, we've got David Lambert, stalwart of the couch. Dave, welcome back to the Glory Days.
Thanks, Nick. It's great to be back in Hobart. Had a bit of a stand over in Melbourne. It's really good and looking forward to today's action. I watched a lot of the games last night flying back, and it was really good coverage. And congratulations again to the team putting it together. And, it's the best first day coverage I've ever seen in underwater hockey. Well done. Congratulations. Looking forward to being part of it today.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Look, I think the Volunteers put in a massive day yesterday. Some of them were at the pool for 14, 15 hours, which is a huge day at the pool. And, yeah, look, I don't want to jinx it, but it's a really good start. Obviously, if you look at the difference from Game 1 to Game 26 yesterday, there is a bit of visibility that changes, but you throw 600 people in the water for the day, and the water just holds those little bubbles. And that's why we've got those extra camera setups happening. We've made a few minor changes today. So we've moved the cameras back a metre to kick out some of the dead spots we were finding yesterday. We're moving the centre cameras. They were on one tripod with 2 cameras angled out. They're going to individual tripods so that we can play around with the settings a bit more. And we've popped a wide angle lens on some of the corner cameras where we had a more fixed tight lens yesterday. So hopefully that'll improve some of those dead spots, Stu.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think there was a lot of positive comments coming through social media yesterday about the stream. There's a lot of constructive comments as well, or suggestions of how we can make it better. So just to let you guys know at home that we have been reading those, and we are trying to implement those changes as you've suggested. And thanks a lot for getting involved, everyone.
Yeah, so look, let's get stuck into today's draw and just have a quick look at what I think are going to be the big games. So I think for me, probably the first really big one there, Game 29, Men's 23, Colombia versus Turkey, Dave. Turkish, obviously the defending world champs, and the Colombians certainly on the rise.
Yeah, I think after the first settling in day, now it's everyone's, they came with the pedal to the metal. I think Colombia has a few points to prove today, and again, I think Turkey is just going to stand up. They had an interesting game against the French yesterday, back and forth, and it was really tight. So let's see what the Colombians can do today.
Yeah, Stu, you know those Colombian boys really well. They came here with high expectations. Marque, the coach. What do you think their tactic will be, given that really they're probably outsized by the Turkish? Should be one of the biggest issues they've got. Yeah,
the Turkish lads are very big boys, very fast. I don't know what they're feeding them over there in Turkey, but they're doing it right. There's lots of skills in that team as well. So I'm sure the Colombians have talked about it. I'm sure Marque's got a plan. As to what that plan is going to be, well, I mean, I know generally that they play 2-3-1. I know they like to keep it somewhere around the centre channel and recycle the puck back into the middle. But I also know that they've been working on taking the puck into space a little bit more. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of those two tactics they kind of use today against the fast and large Turkish team.
Yeah, it's been interesting seeing the Colombians coming with a bit of more of a switching tactic, Dave. You've seen them, a lot of goal tray switches and those kind of things. Do you think maybe they've taken some lessons from South Africa where, in those last few games, the Australians, really managed to make that switching game work in that high-intense hockey?
Oh, absolutely, Nick. I think a lot of people took heart and saw the final games that we as Australians played through, versus the tactics of, the very close, tight hockey that the Europeans and the South Americans have actually been playing. So, yeah, mixing it up, always a good thing in my books.
Yeah, I must say I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of open hockey that was played yesterday. You know, the Kiwi under-23 men's team, I saw them ripping switches off the wall and looking for those aggressive 45s. I've seen the Colombians switching it up, and a lot of the teams really pulling in what they're calling the swing play. No, look, I think it's good to see. Probably the next game for me, game 33, the Colombian under-19 girls against the world champion, defending champs, the South African under-19 girls, Stu.
Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. I know, both teams are looking very fit. Both teams are looking very energetic in the water yesterday. I don't really know which team is going to try and play in the space more. But both teams play tight, and both teams love to get players in front of the puck and behind the puck and drive that puck in numbers. So it's going to be very interesting to see which one of their two game plans comes out on top. But I'll be watching that one with a keen interest.
Yeah, me too. And I then think probably the next one after there for me is the women's 23, game 41, Great Britain versus France, the over-the-channel rivalry there, Dave.
Yeah, I think that little bit of rivalry always comes out in a game. Everyone lifts. They're keeping score in their minds. Whatever the score is going, they're very keen to make sure it happens. It's also interesting to see them employ different tactics in the game. The different tactics will happen because everyone they know each other's game pretty well. So, hey, this is World Championships. This is when they won't leave anything at home today.
Yeah, and look, from what I saw yesterday and in the warm-up games, the French girls, coached by Sarah Cuvier, they're looking really well drilled. I know they've pulled a lot of Sophia Tapper, has been doing a lot of their fitness training, and for me, they're looking really fit, Stu.
Yeah, they are. They're looking fast and energetic, like I said before. So, hats off to the coaches and the fitness coach, Sophia. She's been getting involved. I'm not surprised at all that those girls are carrying a lot of fitness into this comp.
And then happening at the same time in the other court, game 42, we've got the Kiwi under-23 girls, coached by Emma Ray, facing up against Brent Borslap's South African girls, who've got a lot of the girls from Castellon in the under-19 that were the team that won the world champs there. So two probably the top sides facing off there, Stu.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting which one of those teams comes out. I know Brent's got some tricks up his sleeve, and I'm sure he's going to get his girls doing some sneaky stuff. He's a very sneaky fellow, so I'll be interested to see what happens.
Yeah, I've been at the wrong end of Brent's sneakiness numerous times now. So, and then look, we've got a really big afternoon in the men's 23s division, Dave. The New Zealanders against the Colombians, two of certainly what would have been coming here with high hopes of being in the top four. And then we've got the rematch from last time's gold medal game with Australia versus Turkey.
Yeah, looking forward to both of those. Where the games yesterday, lots of numbers on the bottom all the time, strong drives, possession of the puck. What we expect to see, at the senior level hockey, we're starting to see at the 23 level, and it's really exciting to see that. What that means is that's just going to be really exciting games today, Nick. That's very well.
And then we'll finish up just the last game of the day here. The Australian under-19 girls against the defending champs, the South African under-19 girls. Two of the kind of better teams from yesterday. We saw the Australians knock over the Colombians in the middle of the day, have a hard time in the morning against the Kiwis. The South Africans came through with a really strong day. Stu, that'll be a great way to finish up.
It will be. I think watching the way the South African under-19 girls were playing yesterday, they're going to be a tough team to beat this year. They were playing a very sort of like supported, strong lines in the pool, swimming a lot, very fast, good numbers behind the puck. So I think if the Australian under-19 girls want to have a crack at this team today, they're going to have to swim some nice sideways lines and just sort of open the game up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Well, Stu, thanks for joining me on the couch this morning.
No worries, mate. It's a pleasure, as always.
And Dave, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Nick, and look forward to more commentating going on. Cheers, mate.
Well, enjoy a lovely day of hockey here at the Doone Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. It's a beautiful day in Hobart. 7 degrees outside this morning. It's balmy. And we look forward to seeing you during the day. And once again, if you've got any feedback, just let us know, and we'll do the best we can to keep the stream coming through as the best quality we can. So we'll see you during the day, and thanks a lot for watching.